The New Orleans prison escape Hunger Games is heating up, with only a few inmates still out on the loose, trying to avoid being recaptured. Let's look at how and where 7 of the 10 escapees were found to be recaptured, and why people think a 4-time murderer will be the last one left standing. So if you don't know, on May 16th, 10 inmates from the New Orleans Parish Prison escaped. Now, it was an inside job as multiple security guards working at the prison helped them get the tools and find the location of a toilet with a big hole in the back to break off the wall and then squeeze through that outing. They were even taunting the security guards that it was too easy to escape. They then escaped the whole premise by exiting through a loading dock and using these blankets that they're carrying in their hands to get over the barbed wire. Now, what's scary is a lot of the inmates, including this one right here named Derek, was in prison for murder. And they were seen on security cameras all around New Orleans, like in the business district and the French Quarter, just lurking around at night, finding places to hide. The first man who was caught and recaptured is actually this inmate right here, who's trying to look nonchalant in the streets of New Orleans, but they use facial recognition technology on all the security cameras throughout the town to pinpoint him as one of the inmates. He was caught just minutes after this video was taken. Another inmate was found passed out at a bus stop the next morning. He didn't account for how exhausting it is to escape from prison because you need food for energy, water, someone lined up to help you and get you to hide somewhere. The next inmate to be caught was squatting in this vacant home in New Orleans. His name is Gary C. Price. And a SWAT team actually drove through the fence of the vacant home to get him out of the house, like he had 4 stars on GTA. And then they put a bag over his head and airlifted him back to the prison. That's kind of intense. 2 days later, another inmate named Corey Boyd was found in an apartment building. He was trying to hide in the hallways. This video is actually super scary, the guard dog and everything, but he was in prison for 2nd-degree murder and attempted 1st-degree. The next inmate to be caught, you can see him running across the highway right there. And then they later found him hiding underneath a car and then put a bag on his head and took him back to prison. 2 other prisoners were recaptured when locals sent in community tips to the police and FBI for a cash reward. They're offering $2,000 to $5,000. Snitches get stitches is what I say. And then these cops love taking selfies with the prisoners and then posting it on Facebook. All of those who have been recaptured are now staying in a maximum security wing of the prison, and their sentences are going to be increased, and they have new outfits. Of the final 3, we have Derek, Jermaine, and Lenton. Now, Lenton's mom said that he unalived himself right after he left prison, which means he's in Argentina as we speak. No one has seen Jermaine, not on a video camera, not anywhere. So people have money on him. They're sending him their sponsored gifts like bottles of water and food. But Derek really seems to be the one most people think will win and be the last one captured. He's been held responsible for like 4 people's murders, and he is not going back to prison. But I'll update you guys on this situation every time someone gets caught, so make sure to follow on all apps in case of a ban, because in Patty we trust.